Good morning, world history. I hope everyone had a wonderful long weekend. I know that I am feeling a bit sluggish this morning myself, so I have a giant coffee. There's probably enough caffeine to kill a small animal, but hey. All right, so today we are going to be finishing up our evidence chart assignment that we started last week. I know several of you had some questions on exactly how to fill it out. So hopefully this video will clear up any questions that you have. And of course, if you still need any help or you have any questions, I am available all day through email. And if you would like to set up a Google Meet to go over things, I am more than happy to do that. Don't forget, office hours are from 3 to 4 as well today. So let's get started. So here is your lunchroom fight evidence chart assignment, and you notice that you have two attachments on this. One is the evidence chart themselves, and the other one is your list of sources or the several people that give their testimony about what happened during the fight or things that were happening in the community or between Xander and Julio before this incident happened. So last week I asked you all to start on the first evidence chart, what was happening in the community. A few of you had questions about what evidence 1 and what evidence 2 means. Now that means you have to find two people in that source list that talked about what was happening outside of school that could have led to tension between Xander and Julio. As you'll recall from when we went over the sources, there was tension in the community because Xander's father came in and took over the Coca-Cola plant on Erie Avenue where Julio's parents worked, and Xander's father fired Julio's parents. So think about who talked about that. In the second chart, you're going to find two people, again, preferably different people than the ones you chose for the first evidence chart. Two people that talked about what Xander and Julio's relationship was like before the fight. Now, they had a world history class together. Clearly, they had some feelings about each other. So who talked about what their relationship was like, what they thought of each other before they actually got into it? Finally, today, I would like you to do this last part of it. What actually happened during the fight itself? So again, find two people that talked about what actually occurred in the cafeteria when Xander and Julio threw down, if you will. So on this final corroboration thing, you are then going to explain based on all the evidence that you have. So what was happening outside of school, in the community, what was happening, or what Xander and Julio's relationship was like before the fight, and what occurred during the fight itself. So based on these 6 different people that you are going to ultimately choose, who would you say started the fight and why? So for this final corroboration paragraph, I would like you to write at least 5 sentences. At least 5 sentences, okay? Also, I have created an evidence chart cheat sheet for you. So if you are having, if you're struggling with figuring out which sources to use for which evidence chart, I have all your possible options here listed for you. So what was happening in the community? The 5 people that you could use are Sharif, Julio's mother, Xander's father, Mr. Rakiki, and Jasmine. What was Xander and Julio's relationship like before the fight? These are more limited, but again, you only need to use 2, and you have 3 possible people to choose from: Xander, Julio, and Angelo. And then what happened during the fight itself? Xander, Julio, Sharif, Zara, and Ms. Vicky. And this list is on Google Classroom for your reference. Now, some of you are already ready to start your Biteable video. So I'm going to go over that now. if you are not yet ready to start that yet, you can just stop the video here. And if you are just ready to move on, then continue watching for how to use Biteable. So Biteable is a video platform that is free and very simple to use. Some of you have asked me if you're going to have to record yourselves or do a voiceover. You do not have to. Biteable is images and text only. You can, I believe, record your voice over it, but it is not required for this assignment. So when you go to Biteable.com, you'll see make a video. It's free. And then, of course, you're going to have to sign up. Please sign up using your CAP email and hit sign up using Google. And right now, probably Zoom has blocked you seeing that dialogue of where I'm going to put in my information, but you'll see that when you click on your own, when you click it yourself on your computer. So here we go. So as soon as you get to the Biteable dashboard, you'll have a bunch of different templates to choose from. And you can use whatever template you like. I particularly like this clay one. I think it's cute, but you can use whichever one you want. And when you mouse over it, whichever template you end up choosing, you're just gonna hit edit video. So I wanted you all to have at least 5 different slides. And that what you need in each slide is in the Biteable storyboard document. So your first slide is just going to be your title, the project title, your name, and the period you're in world history. On the second slide, you're just going to briefly summarize what happened in the community based on the evidence that you gathered. The third slide, explain what Xander and Julio's relationship was like before the fight. So again, sum up, were they friendly or not so friendly before the fight? And then finally, what happened in the cafeteria? And then your fifth slide is going to be your answer stating who started the fight and why. Some students have asked in the past when I've done this assignment, can you say that it was equal fault? Sure, you can say that both students started the fight, or you could say one or the other. Depending on how you interpret this information, we will see if there is a consensus among the class or if there are differing opinions. So back to Biteable. In Biteable, it automatically loads with several slides already. There's already 5 slides in here. So all that you really need to do is just change the text. So you can also change the location of the text, and you can change the text size, style, color. So I already did my title slide. So then the next slide that I would want to do is my slide where I explain what was happening in the community. So I could write something like Xander's father became the new manager at the Coca-Cola plant and fired Julio's parents. I can put this on wherever I want on the slide. Yeah, but I don't particularly like this color or the style. I can change the font style. So let's just go with, I don't know. Let's go with this one. And then here, this is the font color button. So I can change that to a different color if I want. I can also change the font size, especially if you're going to be writing a lot on a slide, because it says, up to 3 sentences. Please no more than 3 on a Biteable slide, because Biteable does limit the amount of text that you can have. It's by characters. So if you need to add more slides to add to what you are saying, you may certainly do that. If you would like to add a slide, and you don't have to, if you want to do more than 5 slides, like let's say that you want to get into more detail on any of the different questions that you are to answer, what was happening in the community, what was happening, what was Xander and Julio's relationship like previously, and what happened during the fight itself. If you want to get into more detail and you want to have more than 5 slides, you are welcome to, but you are required to have at least 5 rather. And if you are going to add more, you just hit this add scenes button. So in here, it has a bunch of different templates you can use. You can mix and match templates. You can use this. You can continue with the same template. It is up to you. I encourage you to explore on here. And then you can just click. And you'll see that bar loading. And then when the bar is finished loading, you will see that it is included. So the Biteable assignment is up on Google Classroom along with the rubric and the storyboard, like what you need on each slide. That is not due until tomorrow. We'll work on that in class tomorrow, but if you want to get ahead, you are welcome to. Again, today's task is to finish the evidence charts. So again, if you have any questions or want some extra help on that, please reach out to me and I am more than happy to assist you. So I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, World History, and I will see you live on Google Meet tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow we are starting to go the full period, the whole class. So I will be posting which time you are supposed to log in for your particular class on Google Classroom, and I will see you then.